तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन प्रेमानंद सूखी दया करो सीतापति दया करो श्रीराचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees for today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class and discussion. So last class we discussed various different pastimes, youth pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya. We discussed about how Lord Chaitanya, he punished Mukunda Datta and therefore he glorified Mukunda Datta. We saw how Lord Chaitanya showed anger on Advaita Acharya. Yes, because he was preaching the yoga Vishishta philosophy. Then we saw how Lord dealt with Murari Gupta, Sridhar Balavecha, Haridas Thakur, Sachi Mata. How Sachi Mata was not given mercy because she had offended Advaita Acharya in her mind. We saw that. And then we saw the pastime of Amghat Lila, where Lord Sri Chaitanya manifests mangoes for one full year in all seasons for his devotees who went for Sankirtan. Sankirtan karoge, aam milega. Naam loge, aam milta hai. Okay, that's something we saw. And there was rain coming once when Lord Chaitanya was doing Kirtan and then he played his kartal. And then the rain didn't come at all. The clouds came, the rain didn't come. Later on, Lord became Narsimhadev. Yes, and as Narsimhadev, he went out and he said, today I will kill all the atheistic people. And then many of them got afraid and ran away. And later on, he felt bad. Oh, I have actually offended these people. And Shiva said there was no offense. Whoever saw you got delivered. Then Lord even took the mood of Shiva. Yes, there was a Shiva Bhakta who was reciting the Shiva Stotra. And Lord comes, he was playing Damru and dancing. So now we'll proceed ahead with Shloka number 101 of the 17th chapter. So CC Adi Lila 17th chapter. We will try to cover from 101 to 142. Okay. Here it goes. So section 1 is a contagious dance. So Lord was dancing and then something happened. Let's see what happens. Ardina eka bhikshuka aila magite Prabhura nritya dekhi nritya lagila kare. So once there was a bhikshuk. Now we need to understand bhikshuk matlab jo bhik mangne hai. They are actually brahmanas. We should not say okay beggar means or some very uncultured fellows come. No, bhikshuk those days brahmanas would go door to door to beg. There was a bhikshuk brahman who had come. Ardineka bhikshuk aila magite. He came to beg for alms. Prabhura nritya dekhi. He saw the dance of Lord Chaitanya because Chaitanya was dancing. Matlab bahut time for dancing. Dancing was very common. And what happens when he saw Lord Chaitanya dancing? Nritya lagila karite. He also started dancing. Amazing. So this is called the contagious dance. And even if you see here, yesterday we had Sunday Feast Festival. And there were some of them who had come new. Just some newcomers. So in the end, we concluded with a dancing kirtan. And when the dancing kirtan was going on, some of them were standing with the back on like this on the wall. They were not dancing in the slow beat. But as soon as the fast kirtan started, they also joined. Sab log aa gaye. There were product managers, senior managers, damagers, whatever. They all came together and started dancing. But I'm observing something online. You all have not turned on your videos. Hare Krishna. जब मैं बोलता हूँ तभी करते हैं क्या आप लोग? Please don't be confused. Turn on all videos. Let the internet packets flow in the service of Lord Chaitanya. So please, you are all going to inspire me to speak enthusiastically with ecstasy if you all turn on videos. Please, it matters a lot to me. So please. Next verse. प्रभु संग नृत्य करे परम उल्लासे प्रभु तारे प्रेम दिला प्रेम रस भासे. Yes. So we need to understand, can anybody go and dance with Lord? Anyone and everyone? I see Freeman. Absolutely not. He was dancing because there was definitely some mercy. Prabhu Sangi Nritya Kare. He definitely had some mercy associated with that. That is why he was able to go and dance and come in contact with Lord Chaitanya. But the kind of dance he was doing is Parama Ullase. He also became very, very ecstatic. And Prabhu Tare Prema Dila. And Mahaprabhu gave him love. Prema Rase Bhase. And thus he was able to get the mellows of the love of Godhead. That is the Prema Ras. He was able to taste that. Prema Ras. So last time it was Amras and Premras, now it is Premras. Okay, so Premras, Amras, very nice. So anyone who comes in contact with Lord Chaitanya in any manner has received Premras. Usko milta hai. And even we all can come in contact with Lord Chaitanya and get that same Premras even today. Lord has not closed that offer. Deepavali offer limited. Diwali ends, offer ends. And usually if you see, avatar ends, offer ends. But Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a very magnanimous incarnation. Mahavadanyaya, he has not closed the deal. अभी तक deal बंद नहीं. कलयुग के end तक पूरा युगावतार. The deal is open. So even today, if we go to Lord Chaitanya and beg from him this prem ras, he is willing to give all of us. And that's how do we do that? When we invoke the Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So he is willing to give us the prem ras. And with that prem ras, we can then chant the holy name. All right, going on. 103. Now here, Lord comes in contact with an astrologer, Jyotish. एक बार Jyotish, once beggar came at the doorstep, now Jyotish is coming at the doorstep. Let us see Jyotish के साथ भगवान का क्या आदान प्रदान रहता है. But ultimately प्रेम रस तो मिलना ही है. जो भी आएगा उसको क्या प्रेम रस तो मिलना ही है. We are confident. So Lord blesses the astrologer also with प्रेम रस. आरदिन एक ज्योतिष सर्वज्ञ एक आइला तहरे सम्मान करी प्रभु प्रश्न कैला. So once there was a Sarvagnya Jyotish. Sarvagnya means what? He knows everything, not only just present, but past and future also. सब जानता है वो. He can tell your past, present, future. ऐसा वाला astrologer मिलेगा? Prabhupada said आजकल नहीं. Now this is, we are having lot of influence of Western astrology. जहां जहां Western influence आ गया वहां सब बिगड़ गया. Western culture बिगड़ गया. So this is pure Vedic time का सर्वज्ञ astrologer, past, present, future, everything he knew. Tahare samman kari, so he respected him, welcomed him, honored him because he came to his doorstep. And then he put a question. He prashna kaila. He put a question before him. We need to understand that Brahmanas are the ones who are accustomed to go door to door begging. But they will not just they will beg, but they will also have to do some service. So Brahmanas would either preach some philosophy. You have time, sir? We'll preach something. Or each Brahmanas would have some kind of specific duty they perform to society. One, they would be astrologers. Sometimes they would be Ayurvedic physician. तो कुछ व्याधि है तो बता सकते हैं. So Brahman Dev मेरे को कुछ अभी winter season है ना, थोड़ा खांसी हो गया है, then he will say, let me check your status. Sometimes they would be priests, so they want, अरे ब्राह्मण जी, ब्राह्मण देवता अच्छा हो गया आप आ गए, हमको कुछ पूजा करानी थी घर में, आप करा देंगे? बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, पूजा की सामग्री सब रेडी है, आप बस आ जाइए. So like this, the brahmanas are so learned, respectable, but still they would go door to door to distribute their knowledge. So similarly in this month, I know we are all respectable citizens of this country. You're all having respectable jobs, respectable status. Lekin still it's our duty in this particular, at least this month, for pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, we go door to door and distribute the Bhagavad Gita and Srila Prabhupada books. Brahman would go to Grihastha's house and then he would give them anything they ask. Okay, now this tithi, okay, it will be very nice if you perform this particular duty. If there is any sickness, okay, fine, don't worry, I will give you. And they will not expect anything. Brahmana means no expectation of remuneration. And whatever they wish to give, yes, we will accept and we will live. So sometimes some people will take some rice, little bit of rice and give. Some may give some dal. And jo milta hai, some may give some fruits. Whatever he gets, he is very happy. And he will go back. So it is not that many times people say think that bhikshuk matlab sirf khata aur chala jata. Nahi, he does some service. Of course, an opportunity to serve a Brahmana itself is very big service. But here, if you find that they would also render other service like preaching, astrology, or a doctor, physician, or else they would be a priest. They'll come and perform some service to you. So this is Vedic culture. Yeah. So Prabhupada tells that lot of bill nowadays goes in what? Dawai, medicine. That is the most flourishing industry, the medical field. So the householder practically has to spend nothing for that. The doctor himself will come. Some Brahmana will, yeah, I know, मैं ज्योतिष हूँ, मैं वैद्य हूँ, so I'll come and cure something. So no need of doctor bills. Yeah. So here Prabhupada gives a special instruction to all the members of ISKCON. Please take very good care of our children. Prabhupada here mentions the Dallas Gurukul, but he also take care of children and teach the children proper Sanskrit and also English to become perfect Brahmanas. Yes, train them nicely. They should learn Sanskrit, shlokas, everything, English, my books, and then they will also become perfect Brahmanas. So Prabhupada is always wanting to make this perfect Brahmanas. ISKCON movement is meant to create perfect Brahmanas, the right Brahmanas. Otherwise, unfortunately, today, why there is chaos in the society? The entire chaos is because the Brahmanical status is attained by birth and not by qualification. This is the greatest problem. Correct? This will lead to chaos. Next look up. 104. खेयाचिलु आम्ही पूर्व जन्मे कहा गणी, गणिते लागिला सर्वज्ञ प्रभु वाक्य शुनी. खेयाचिलु आम्ही, who was I when पूर्व जन्मे, past birth, who was I, मैं कौन था, कह गणी, गणित करके जरा बताओ. So Prabhu वाक्य शुनी, as soon as he heard the statement from Mahaprabhu, Ganite Lagila Sarvagnya Prabhu, he started doing his astrological calculation. That is also maths. वो भी एक गणित है प्रकार का astrology. Correct? So this particular maths is very easily explained and anyone can learn this. This comes in Bhrigu Samhita. And Bhrigu Samhita is perfect, having some perfect system by which one can clearly understand what was one's past life or past lives also. पूर्व जन्मों में हम क्या क्या थे, सब कुछ समझा सकता है, ऐसा साइंस है भृगु संहिता. वी डोंट स्टडी ऑल दिस अनफॉर्चुनेटली. एंड व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी इन फ्यूचर, वो भी लिखा हुआ है. फ्यूचर चेंज कर सकते हैं थ्रू भक्ति, बट इवन इन दिस नेक्स्ट कोर्स 5 साल में क्या होने वाला है, 10 साल में क्या होने वाला है, 20 साल में क्या होने वाला है, all these things can be ascertained very nicely. What one is going to be in the future. This is all spoken very nicely. So Bhrigu Samhita is that particular literature where one can understand. Correct? And Prabhupada writes, unfortunately, today no one can get justice, medical help, astrological help, or even spiritual enlightenment without money. ये बहुत rare है. Even for going to spiritual satsang, you want to meet some so-called Kaliyuga God men, भगवान के लोग, to entry fee is 1 lakh sometimes. So some of our devotees wanted to go and a debate with one of the most popular so-called fake godmen, and to meet them. They said, we want to meet and we want to discuss because this person is talking nonsense, rubbish. We want to tell him what is actually Shastra. Yes, even Prabhupada would do that. Yesterday we read a letter Prabhupada wrote in 1947, matlab, uh, before, and that was before independence also. And he had written, he was not sannyasi. So he was there. And he actually wrote to him that I read your book. His book was The Religion of Love. That was his book. मैंने आपका book पढ़ा. He said any shastra has to be universal, it has to be scientific, and it has to be authoritative. USA, याद रखना easy है. Universal, scientific, authoritative. This has to be three aspects of what you write. Yours is not universal. You're partial. You're only writing for certain sect of human beings. Number two, whatever you are spoken is not scientific. It is very dogmatic. आपने दिमाग से generate किया है. Number three, you have not quoted any shastric reference, Prabhu. Your book is very famous. Yes, his name was Raja Sahib of Kanpur. He was actually king of Kanpur. That's why Raja Sahib. Kavanpur, it was Cawnpore. That was the name Britishers gave. Kavanpur. कान्हापुर को कामनपुर कर दिया उन्होंने. So वैसे था. That was the place. So he wrote a letter openly, and then he told him in 10 points he explained Bhagavad Gita. It's a beautiful letter. 10 point में Bhagavad Gita क्या है सब बता दिया उन्होंने. So his conclusion was that we should do Manav Seva, that person. And Prabhupada said, how? It's very unscientific what you're explaining again and again. It's not universal, it's not scientific, it's authoritative. I'll present you what are the three things, and you want more, we can discuss. So they went to that, our devotees went to that fake. They said entry fee, उनको मिलना है, charge है 1 lakh. आपको भरना पड़ेगा और हम भेंट भी नहीं कर सकते. Hare Krishna. But spiritual guidance was given free of cost. And many times people come to me also, they take some guidance. Prabhuji, some charges. I said, no charges. If you wish to give any donation to the temple, you can. हम देख रहे हैं आपको देना है दे दो, कोई बात नहीं. That's between you and Lord. You don't charge for any spiritual counseling. Correct? So that was very unfortunate of our society today. But those days, people could get justice, medical treatment, astrological help, and ecclesiastical enlightenment means spiritual enlightenment without any money. So even the poor people, all kinds of people were benefited. गणी ध्याने देखा सर्वज्ञ महाज्योतिर्मय अनंत वैकुंठ ब्रह्मांड सबर आश्रया. See, so this Sarvagnya was not only Ganitola, not just a mathematician, Dhyani, he was also a devotee. He was also meditating. So in his meditation, what did he see? He saw Mahajyotirmaya. He saw the Lord to be a very effulgent personality. He could see the Aishwarya of the Lord. And Ananta Vaikunda Brahmanda Sabara Ashaya. All these countless and millions of universes are nothing but taking shelter of this person. Who? Lord Gauranga. देख लिया उन्होंने. Correct? So Prabhupada in the purport talks about the proof of existence of spiritual world. Parastasmat bhamonyo vyakto avyaktat sanatana. Yes, yashas sarveshu bhuteshu nashatsu na vinashyati. So this verse is talking about what? Ananta Vaikunta Brahmanda, which means spiritual world, material world. दोनों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. So Vaikunta and Brahmanda all are taking your shelter. So Prabhupada speaks about the Vaikuntha lokas. So these are all the spiritual planets which are also under the shelter of Krishna or Gauranga. And the material world, वो तो पता है. यस्य प्रभा प्रभवतो जगदंड कोटि कोटि स्वशेष वसुधा विभूति भिन्नम तद ब्रह्म निष्कलम अनंतम अशेष भूतम गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहं भजामि. Right? So Lord, just in his Brahman effulgence, is maintaining the innumerable planets in both spiritual and material worlds. That is Brahma Samhita 5.40. So now you can see how learned he was. Yet he is traveling door to door just like a beggar. This is Vedic society. There is no problem. Now, some devotees have a little bit of anxiety. Prabhuji, हमको दरवाजा से दरवाजा बुक लेके जाना पड़ेगा. अरे लोग दरवाजा मुंह पे बंद कर देंगे. People will just shut the door at your face. We are having some ego problem. People may give gali. Arey, subah subah dimag kharab kar rahe, chao. But devotee doesn't mind for preaching. You see, he's so humble. He may have to face humiliation. Also, he may go to chalo, chale jao. He may have to. But see here, he's having, although he's so learned, he has the humility to go door to door. Prabhupada really appreciates that. Similarly, we all Hare Krishna devotees have to go door to door, otherwise we will not get preaching. That's our movement. Prati ghare ghare giya. Go every doorstep. Yeah. Next. Parama tattva parama brahma parama ishvara. देखी प्रभुर मूर्ति सर्वज्ञ हैला फामफरा. So he saw that this Gauranga Mahaprabhu, this Lord Chaitanya, is Param Tattva, Param Brahma, Param Ishvara. This means he is Bhagavan, that is Param Tattva. You know, says Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya. So Param Tattva refers to Bhagavan. Param Brahma, that means he is the source of even Brahman. And Param Ishvara means he is source of Paramatma. Tino. So we say na Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabdate. So you see here that he is actually the source of everything, all these things. So Dekhi Prabhura Murti Sarvagnya Haya Pampara. He became confused, bewildered. That's what happens. Next. Balitena pare kichu haila. Prabhu puna prashna kaila kahite lagila. So he became dumbfounded, and when somebody is confused or dumbfounded, what happens? Chup ho jata ekdam. So he became चुप हो गया, सर्वज्ञ चुप हो गया. यूजुअली सर्वज्ञ मतलब अरे सब जानता है, कुछ भी पूछो बता दूंगा. तो प्रभु को विस्मित किया. And then Prabhu again had to ask, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, please Prashna Kaila. Who am I in past life? Tell me. Then he replied, after being asked once more, एक और बार पूछने के बाद, what did he reply? Let's see, 108, auspicious verse, 108. पूर्व जन्मे छिला तुम्ही जगत आश्रया. परिपूर्ण भगवान सर्वैश्वर्यमया. In the past, you are Jagat Ashray, you are the shelter of this entire creation. And Paripurna Bhagwan, you are that supreme personality of Godhead. Yes, Paripurna Bhagwan and Sarva Aishwaryamaya, you show all opulence in full. That's what he says. Shada Aishwarya Purna, Swayam Bhagavana, Jagat Ashraya. Three things he replies to the Lord. पूर्वयाचे छिला तुम्ही एबे हसे रूप. दुर्विज्ञेय नित्यानंद तुम्हारा स्वरूप. Yes. So in the past, yes, you were the supreme Lord, and पूर्वयाचे छिला तुम्ही, जैसे आप थे वैसे एबे हसे रूप. Even now you are the supreme personality of Godhead, which is Durvigneya. And similarly, Durvigneya Nityananda, you cannot even understand Nityananda Tattva, he is Tumara Swarupa. He is also, now this is Nitya Ananda, this Lord's name only. Durvigneya Nityananda Tumara Swarupa. Your property or your characteristics is you are eternally blissful, and Durvigneya, you will not be easily understood. So that is one meaning. Second is you can also say Durvigneya Nityananda Tumara Swarupa. He is also your Swarupa, Nityananda Prabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu has not yet manifested his Swarupa. Durvigneya Nityananda. Nityananda is there. That is one more. And Tumara Swarupa. You are Nitya, Ananda, Durvigneya. That is another way to understand. These are your characteristics. So now here, Prabhupada writes something very amazing. कल कोई मुंह उठा के आता है और बोलता है मैं भगवान हूं. Very good. Through Bhrigu Samhita to astrology you can check what kind of भगवान you are. भगवान है? अच्छा, confident? चलो check करते हैं. So astrology is such a powerful science. If astrological scientist is there, he can powerfully ascertain if that person is supreme God or not. Yes. So everything has a lakshana. Supreme Lord has certain lakshana on his body. He has certain lakshan in his astrological chart. He has certain lakshan in his pastimes, all these things in his qualities. सारे चीजों में एक लक्षण होता है. Even if you see the varna system, it is not based on birth. Yasya yal lakshanam protam punsyo varnavivanjakam. So if what kind of qualities one shows, we can say, okay, this Brahmana. Qualities, okay, he's Shudra. This fellow shows some qualities, he's Kshatriya, he's Vaishya. We can see the qualities and ascertain. So similarly, there are beautiful symptoms mentioned in Shastras by which you can understand that you are God. So it is not that anyone and everyone can become God without proof from Shastras. So some people come and ask, आप इनमें मानते हैं क्या? इस बाबा में मानते हैं कि बाबा बोलते हैं भगवान है? Well, you check Shastras. Is it mentioned in Shastras? If yes, we will accept. If it is not mentioned in Shastras, why should we accept? Simple. Next. प्रभु हासी कैला तुम्ही किछु न जानिला पूर्वे आम्ही आछैला जाती ते गोयाला. Prabhu started smiling. Hasila. He said, "Tumi kichu na jarili." You don't know very clearly. सर्वज्ञ को क्या बोला? You don't know very clearly. तेरे को ज्यादा कुछ आता होता नहीं है, लगता है. पूरे आमी आचिला जाइते गोवाइला. That means मैं ग्वाल था पहले. I was a cowherd boy in the past. I think you don't know very clearly. सर्वज्ञ का ego. Of course, whatever was there was smashed. Next. Here, what he is continuing to say. गोपगृहे जन्मचिला गाभीर राखला से पुण्य हैला एवे ब्राह्मण छायला. She is saying, see, I was born in Gopagriha. I was a Vaishya in the past life. And because I took care of cows and calves so nicely, because of that punya, I became Brahman. That's what he's telling. बता. So he's justifying with karma also. पहले वैश्य अच्छे से गो सेवा की थी, गो माता की पशुओं की सेवा की थी, इसलिए मैं क्या बन गया? ब्राह्मण बन गया. देखो. He's justifying with logic also. So here Prabhupada focuses on one theme and one theme only. That one theme is protection. Go Raksha. Very important aspect. So the greatest authority, who is Krishna Chaitanya, he is telling that everybody can become pious simply by protecting cows. And cow protectors and such kind of farmers are the greatest asset to Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada says, Go Raksha. If there is cow protection, there will be Brahmanical culture. If there will be Brahmanical culture, there will be God conscious society. Without cow protection, no Brahmanical culture. Without no Brahmanical culture, there won't be God conscious society. It will not be there. So it starts from this. Yes. So generally people consider, Gwale, yes, these are all low class people. No. Lord Chaitanya says they are so pious. Next life they are assured to be Brahmanas. He says that. And Prabhupada says when there is cow slaughter and such, this is the biggest sinful activity. The biggest sinful activity is slaughtering of mother cow. How can you expect peace, prosperity and happiness in the society when such living beings, Nishpam Jivan ko maar hai? How is that possible? Next. सर्वज्ञ कहे आमे ताहा ध्याने देखिला ताहा ते ऐश्वर्य देखी फांफर हैला. Yeah. So astrologer is definitely not just a Brahmana astrologer, he is a great devotee of Lord. Without him being a very great advanced devotee, will Lord show his opulence to him? पूर्ण ऐश्वर्य दिखाएंगे? No, जब उन्होंने जैसे ही ध्यान किया, as soon as he started meditating, he saw the full opulence of Lord Chaitanya. And he said, now I became very bewildered. I am very, confused. That's my statement. And he was, in one sense, greatly astonished to see this person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari, Hari. Amazing. He's the same person as Krishna. Next. He was a very great advanced devotee. Sei rupe ei rupe dekhi ekakara. प्रभु बेद देखी माया तुम्हारा. See that personality of God whom I saw in my meditation. and you are the same person. And if there is any difference, that difference is because of your maya. आपकी माया है difference, आप ही हो वो. Yes. So thus, Prabhupada writes, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. This is the perfect vision. So whenever we see Gaurang Mahaprabhu, we should see him non-different from Shri Shri Radha and Shri Shri Govinda. Yes, he is non-different from Radha Krishna. And this is the perfect vision of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. You have to repeat. Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. This is a perfection. So whenever we see Gaurang Mahaprabhu, we should see with this vision. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He is non-different from Radha and Krishna. Next. ये हाओ से हाओ तुम्हें तोमाके नमस्कार प्रभु तारे प्रेम दिया कैला पुरस्कार. Yes, whoever or whatever you are, आप कोई भी हो, please accept my prostrated obeisances. मेरा दंडवत प्रणाम स्वीकारिए. Yes, आप जो भी हो, please accept. I'm not able to understand your tattva. He was bewildered, but please accept my obeisances. And what did Prabhu give him? Prema ras. So Prabhupada writes that this particular incident is not in Chaitanya Bhagavat of our Vrindavan Das Thakur. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. Yes, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ने बोला है, मतलब जरूर हुआ है. Okay, next pastime. Now here is Lord in the mood of Balram. बलराम के मूड में भगवान कुछ लीला कर रहे हैं. एक दिन प्रभु विष्णु मंडपे वसिया मधु आना बले न डाकिया. So once when Lord was sitting in Vishnu temple, he was sitting there, he suddenly said, Madhuan. That means bring me honey, bring me honey. नित्यानंद गोसाई प्रभुर आवेश जानिना गंगा जल पात्र आणि सन्मुखे धरिला. So Nityanand Prabhu understood which pastime it is. Oh, I clearly understand. अभी महाप्रभु कौन से आवेश में हैं मैं जान गया. So Nityanand is only Balram, na? So Ganga Jal Patrani, he took a pot of Ganges water and Sanmukhe Dharila, he gave it in front of the Lord. Next. जलपान करिया नाचे हया विहवला यमुना कर्षण लीला देखय सकला. So Jala Pana Kariyachi, after he took that pot of Ganges, what did he do? Nache Haya Vivala, ecstatically started dancing Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then he showed all the devotees Yamuna Akarshan Leela. So what is this Yamuna Akarshan Leela? So once Balramji was there in Ramaghat with his own gopis. So Krishna had his set of gopis, Balramji also had his set of gopis. And he used to do Ras Leela with them in Ramaghat. So that's why it is Ramaghat. So he had his own gopis with whom he would do Ras. He will not do with Krishna's gopis. Krishna will not do with Balram's gopis. So what happened is he was wanting to have some water sports with his girlfriends and he was drunk with Varuni. Now what is Varuni? Varuni is a very special drink made of curd plus honey. Dahi or honey mix करके ये Varuni drink बनता है. So Balramji is always drunk with Varuni. So that is a special drink. So he had drunk Varuni and he was calling Yamuna. Yamuna is a river. Yamuna said, my lord, I cannot come. So he had dug a canal, a pit, and he wanted to play water sports like a swimming pool. Balram ji swimming pool में अपने girlfriends के साथ जल क्रीड़ा करना चाहते थे. He wanted to sport and he was calling Ganga, you come here. I am a river, I cannot. You cannot come. He started pulling Ganges into that canal with his pit and Yamuna. And Yamuna begged forgiveness. Oh Lord, please forgive me. मुझे क्षमा कर दो. I'm so sorry. Please. मैं जानती थी आप सुप्रीम लॉर्ड है, फिर भी मैंने आपका सम्मान नहीं किया. And he said, okay, forgive offenses. Now create a swimming pool where I will play with my cowherd girlfriends. If you see Jayadev Goswami, when he introduces that Dasavatar Stotra, what does he speak of Balram? Vah siva pushi vishade vasanam jaladam halati bhiti milita yamunam keshavadreta haladara rupa Jai Jagadish Hari. So when he's singing the poetry, he introduces Balram with Yamuna Akarshan Lila. That's how he introduces her. Next sloka. नगरिया लोके प्रभु याबे आज्ञा दिला घरे घरे संकीर्तन करीते लागला. So Lord Chaitanya ordered all the residents of Navadvip, yes, Navadvip, आज्ञा दिला. घरे घरे संकीर्तन करीते लागला. Start performing संकीर्तन in every house. So हर घर में संकीर्तन सुनाई देता था. All of them with kartal, mridang used to, and singing used to do. This should happen. In every house there has to be Sankirtan. 121. Jumped? कितना jump मारा? It's okay. थोड़ा order इधर उधर है. We can go ahead. We go ahead with 121. 80, 90, 20. Jump हो गया. No problem. We'll just read the translations of 1, 18, 19, 20. When the Lord in his ecstasy of Baldev was moving if intoxicated by beverage, Advaita Acharya, the chief of Acharyas, saw him in the form of Balram. Vanamali Acharya saw the golden plow in the hand of Balram, and all devotees danced and overwhelmed with ecstasy. This day he danced continuously for 12 hours, and all in the evening they took bath in Ganges and returned to their homes. So 12 hours this Balram Lila, the Yamuna Akarshan Lila ke baad, he was in the mood of Balram. Advaita Acharya saw, the Vanmali Acharya saw the plow of Balram, golden plow. So this was the Lila. Okay. So now Lord is going to start the Sankirtan Leela and he wants everybody to do Sankirtan. So this is success actually. When all devotees should have success of chanting every day with them. One devotee said, Prabhu, Kartik Mas mein, my wife and my children, they all used to come together and we all used to recite Namash Meshwaram together. But abhi band ho gaya, kya kare? I said, who said band karna hai? Same slot, you start doing Kirtan with your family. All of you come together and do Hare Krishna Kirtan for 15 minutes. He liked the idea. He said, this is not my idea, this is the instruction of Mahaprabhu. Every grahastha in their home must come together. They all must come together and do Kirtan. Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Narottam Das Thakur has written a poetry, Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. That is different. That is Hari Haraye Nama. See, some devotees think Haraya Nama. It is not Haraya. It's Haraye. क्या है? Hari Haraye Namaha Krishna Yadavaya Nama. It's not Haraya Nama. And Hari Haraya Nama and Haraya Nama are two different kirtans. Some devotees even do that. They sing Haraye Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Yadavaya, Madhavaya, Keshvaya Nama. Nothing wrong, but that is Narottam Das song. When it's Haraye Nama, it is Gopal Govindaram Srimad. So this particular kirtan is very special, made of Krishna's name. This is a popular song. Mridanga Kartala Sankirtana Mahadhvani Hari Hari Dhvani Vina Anya Nahi Shuni. So the Sankirtan movement began in Navadvip, where people took Mridang, Kartal and Sankirtana Mahadhvani. So it started. And Hari Hari Dhvani Vina Anya Nahi Shuni. There was nothing heard other than Hari Hari. That was the only sound which was heard. So normally when we do Kirtan, Mridang and Kartal sound is heard. बाकी devotees का sound आता नहीं. Devotees are, oh no, the singing should be louder than Mridang and Kartal. Yes. अरे मृदंग को थोड़ा कम करो. नहीं, मृदंग कम मत करो, आप आवाज बढ़ाओ. We should increase our volume. Hari Hari Dhvani should be heard. That is number one. So now Prabhupada gives instruction here to all devotees. He says the world headquarters in Mayapur is now ready. And instruction of Prabhupada is in Mayapur 24 hours Kirtan should go on with Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And today also the Kutir. You see, as soon as the Mayapur Charitamrita main entrance, you go inside this Prabhupada Kuti. Prabhupada stayed before the temple project was established. There are deities of Gaurnitai, and there 24-hour Kirtan happens. 24 घंटा Kirtan होता है. And Kirtan should always be started with what? Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Without Panch Tattva Mantra, we should not begin Kirtan. Prabhupada instructs in this purport. And in between Kirtan, we can also sing Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Because this is the favorite 6 lines of Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada says this was Mahaprabhu's very favorite Kirtan. So because it's favorite of song of Mahaprabhu, these 2 lines we can add in our Kirtan. There is no problem. Okay. So these 6 lines Prabhupada says should go on so perfectly that there should not be heard anything other than 6 lines. So if people outside, if they ask, ये center में क्या करते हैं? Is the Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hari Hare Nama. If these 6 lines they say यही करते हैं लोग, then our center is perfect. And we just do this kirtan, center will be spiritually all perfect. Okay, so kirtan बढ़िया चल रहा है, भक्त लोग मजा कर रहे हैं. Something suddenly happens. What happens? Qazi bans Sankirtan. Chuniya ye krudda haila sakala yavan. Kaji pashe asisa be kaila nivedan. So all the Yavan, which means Muslims, krudda haila, they became very angry when they heard the kirtan. Kaji pashe ashi, they went to Kaji. And Sabe kaila nivedan, they went and requested. So who is Kazi? Yes. Faujdar, city magistrate. Faujdar bolte usko, city magistrate, he is Qazi. So Qazi takes care of taxes, keeping law and order, punishing criminals. So these are all the duties of Qazi. So both the Qazi and Zamindar, there are 2, Qazi, Zamindar, 2 categories. So both these are under Nawab. Got it? Nawab. And Nawab is under Badshah. Like that. So these are all the different systems in Mughal times. And that time this area of Bengal was called Suba Bangala. The place was Suba Bangala. So Nadia, Islampur, bygone. So there was the Zamindar at that point of time was Hoda Krishnadas. Such a Hindu tha. Zamindar mostly they used to keep as Hindus. When a local cooperation nahi milega na. So Hoda Krishnadas, that was his name. And this Qazi, his name is Chand Qazi. What is his name? Chand Qazi. Don't offend him, इसलिए प्रभुपाद पहले ही बहुत कुछ चीजें बताते हैं. And this Chand Qazi was the spiritual master of Nawab Hussain Shah. And he was actually Maulana. That's why his name was Maulana Sirajuddin. Some say that is his name. Others say his name was Maulana Habibur Rahman. Habibur Rahman, that was his name. So these are all names of Qazi. But he was in general respectfully called Qazi because that Qazi is a post. And later on he became known as Chand Qazi. They used to call him what? Chand Qazi. In Chaitanya Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is called as Chand Qazi. So अलग-अलग बहुत नाम होते हैं लोगों के. So this Chand Qazi के आज भी in Navadvip his descendants are there. And Chand Qazi is who in Krishna Lila? He is Kam's Mama. Is Kam's Mama is come as Chand Qazi. Kam's Mama Chand Qazi के रूप में आ गए. And today when devotees go, just when Antardeep ends and we are going to Simantudweep, the next Dweep, as island में जा रहे हैं Simantudweep में, so there is Chand Qazi's Samadhi. And devotees still offer obeisances. Under the Champak tree, there is Chand Qazi ka Samadhi even today. And we are going to Mayapur Yatra, we are going to visit this place. It is on the way only. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya, our Chandrodaya Mandir, Shivasangan, Chaitanya Mat, Yogpeet, and Chand Qazi ka tomb. Then we go to Simantudweep. सब एक line नहीं है. So like this we are going to visit. Next. क्रोधे संध्या करे काजी एक घरे आयला मृदंग भांगी लोके कहिते लागिला. So angrily Chand Qazi himself came with lot of anger and mridanga bhangiya, he broke a mridanga. So mridanga bhangastal, that Lila is also there. Srivasangan if you go, that Lila is also kept. Don't ask Prabhu, वही मृदंग है क्या? Don't ask that. But mridanga bhanga Lila stal. It's a memorial. So he broke the mridang there. And then he started addressing the people. Let's see what he says. एत काल के नाही कैला हिंदू यानी एबे ये युद्ध मचालाओ का कर बल जानी एत काल केहा नहीं कैला हिंदू यानी ए हिंदू इतना टाइम तक तूने कुछ नहीं किया तुम लोगों ने यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग बट एबे ये उद्यम चलाओ हु स्टार्टेड दिस इनॉग्रेशन कार बल जाने किसके बल पर तुम लोग ये सब कर रहे हो यू अंडरस्टैंड इट सम लीडर हैज इमर्ज्ड ऑल ऑफ अ सडन इन लोगों को इतनी हिम्मत कैसे आ गई सम लीडर किसी के लीडर के अंडर तुम लोग कर रहे हो सो प्रीवियसली इन द हिस्ट्री इफ यू सी देयर वाज वन बख्तियार खिलजी ऑफ बंगाल ही हैड सप्रेस्ड द हिंदूज यू कैन नॉट गो टू टेंपल मंदिर नहीं यू कैन नॉट डू योर पूजा पाठ फेस्टिवल इन ग्रैंड घर में करो बाहर करके ग्रैंड फेस्टिवल ये सब नहीं बना सो ही दैट सप्रेस्ड संकीर्तन वाज ऑलवेज अ पार्ट ऑफ सनातन but he suppressed that Bhakti Arkhiji. So now he is seeing that people freely went, started doing kirtan so nicely. So many of the Hindus had actually forgotten the culture because of this invaders suppression. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started the Sankirtan movement, and everybody under they had full faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they started following. And Prabhupada says, please. चैतन्य महाप्रभु का ऑर्डर उन लोगों के लिए था हम लोगों के लिए भी है व्हाट इज प्रभुज ऑर्डर यू बिकम अ स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर फॉलो द 4 रेगुलेटरी प्रिंसिपल्स चैंट डेली 16 राउंड्स एट लीस्ट ऑफ हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र प्रीच कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड इफ वी ऑल डू दिस वी विल ऑल गेट स्पिरिचुअल स्ट्रेंथ विदाउट अ डाउट एंड वी शैल बी फ्री टू प्रीच दिस एवरीवन एवरीवेयर विदाउट बीइंग हैम्पर्ड बाय एनीवन तो सारी चीजें करनी है हमको Become a spiritual master means become preacher. Yes. Follow regulatory principles. Chant daily at least 16 rounds. Yes. And preach. Start preaching. Preaching program start karo. You will, nobody will obstruct you. कोई तुमको रोक नहीं पाएगा. Next. क्या कीर्तन नाही करिय सकल न करे आज आम्ही क्षमा करी करे कोई किसी प्रकार का कीर्तन नहीं करेगा नो टाइप ऑफ कीर्तन विल गो ऑन हियर सकले नगर इन द एंटायर स्ट्रीट्स आज ही आम्ही क्षमा करी टुडे आई एम फॉरगिविंग यू ऑल याता जो घरे गेट लॉस्ट गो होम सो प्रभुपाद से सच स्टॉपिंग ऑफ कीर्तन इज नॉट वेरी अनकॉमन आज भी हमको स्टॉप करना है कीर्तन इनफैक्ट वी हैव हंड्रेड्स ऑफ सेंटर्स एंड सम प्लेसेस इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया स्पेशली प्रभुपाद दैट टाइम वाज प्रीचिंग दैट पुट डिवोटीज इन जेल फॉर डूइंग कीर्तन कीर्तन करने के लिए जेल में डाल दिया मार रहे थे डिवोटीज को टॉर्चर कर रहे थे yes so devotees have arrested countless times in the western countries but nevertheless we are continuing to execute the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting and Prabhupada proudly presents we have chanted in New York London Chicago Sydney Melbourne Paris Hamburg har jagah jaake and today we can keep adding the list yes Kharadi Viman Nagar we can say more we have started chanting everywhere har jagah flight from Pune to Bhubaneswar we have chanted in that flight also हर जगह कर लिया हम लोगों ने yes so 500 साल पहले अगर हमको रोक लगा रहा है और आज today if somebody is stopping you from doing sankirtan please understand one thing we are bona fide कोई संकीर्तन रोक रहा है मतलब you are bona fide sankirtan Prabhupada says that because there will always be demons to object the sankirtan I am not saying Prabhupada is saying so demons at that time stopped Mahaprabhu's movement but they could not stop Similarly, demons may try to stop Sankirtan movement even today, but they cannot actually check the Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan movement is very genuine, bona fide. अगर आपको कोई रोक टोक लगा रहा है, आपका preaching में कोई बाधा आ रहा है, मतलब आपका genuine है, bona fide preaching. It will happen. But we should follow in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? This is the last section of today's discussion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started the first civil disobedience movement. Gandhi was not the first person to start civil disobedience movement. Who started? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And let us see how he did that. Eta boli kaji gela nagariya loka Prabhu stane nivedila paya bada shoka. And when Kazi left, all the people, residents of Navdeep, they went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and nivedila, they submitted their grief. बड़ा शौक हो रहा है हमें बताते हुए आपको. Go ahead. प्रभु आज्ञा दिला यहाँ करह कीर्तना मुई संहारी मुआजी सकल यवना. Mahaprabhu said, you start kirtan today. कौन रोकता है देखते हैं. And if somebody comes to stop, I'll kill them. मुई संहारी मु सकल यवन. I'll kill all these yavans. Yeah. So Prabhupada writes that there is no necessity to commit violence. Yes. The whole section is going to teach us there is no need to commit violence to stop opposition from hindering. Somebody is providing hindrance. Violence is not required because that is demonic behavior. But what you should do, two things: reason and argument. That means you have to study philosophy. So many times devotees say, "अरे प्रभु संकीर्तन करते हैं ना, बढ़िया है, और क्या है, बस यही करते रहो." No. When somebody is coming to stop the sankirtan, that is when you will understand the importance of studying philosophy. So we need reason and argument. These two things we will learn when we study Prabhupada books. Because they will ask questions. And if you give reason, argument, what will happen? That person will not stop you. That person will join you in the sankirtan. That is why you have to study philosophy. Got it? So demoniac behavior in Kali Yuga can be stopped with what? Reason and argument. So you have to study Prabhupada books. Next. घरेगी सबे लोका करय कीर्तना काजीरा भय स्वच्छंद नाही चमकित मन. So returning home, everybody performed kirtan because Mahaprabhu instructed. कीर्तन तो किया, लेकिन काजी ने जो भय दिखाया था, that's why they were not carefree but they were anxious. तो डर डर के सब कीर्तन कर रहे थे. They were not doing in ecstasy. And now next. तास भर अंतरे भय प्रभु मने जानी कहिते लागिला लोक शीघ्र के आनी. So Mahaprabhu would understand that people are doing kirtan but with anxiety, not dar se, dar ke kar rahe kirtan. He understood this. He called everyone, come together, aa jao, I'll talk something to all of you. Nagare nagare aje karimu kirtana संध्या काले कर सभे नगर मंडना. See, today evening, महाप्रभु सुबह सुबह प्लान बता रहे. Today evening, आज ही करीमु कीर्तन. Today संध्या we'll do कीर्तन. संध्या काले कर सभे नगर मंडल. Please decorate the entire Nagar. We are going to do Nagar संकीर्तन. अब तक तो घर में कर रहे थे, अभी बाहर चलो. Come outside. So here Nagar Mandal matlab kya? This Navadvip was called Nagar Mandal. So Navadvip has 9 islands. We are going there to Navadvip very soon. And each island represents one aspect of Navida Bhakti. Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasam, Sakyam, Atman, Vedam. So one island represents one limb of Bhakti. So that is the 9 islands. Even the 12 forests of Vrindavan have a representation. The 12 forests of Vrindavan represents one rasa. There are 5 rasas, primary rasas, and there are 7 secondary rasas. 7 plus 5, 12. So these forests, Dwadasha Kanan, represents the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So somebody roams in the 12 forests of Vrindavan will develop these 12 rasas to the Lord. Yes. So this Navadvip was cluster of 9 islands, 9 cities. संध्या ते दे उठो सबे ज्वाला घरे घरे I will protect all of you. Don't worry. In the evening, Jwala, you put torchlights in every home. And देखा कौन काजी, देखता हूं कौन सा काजी मोरा माना करे. वो कोई मना करने कौन आता है देखते. एतक ही संध्या काले चाले गौडराय कीर्तने रकैला प्रभु 3 संप्रदाय. कितने पार्टी? संप्रदाय means here parties. So Mahaprabhu performed kirtan with 3 parties. 3 parties were doing sankirtan. 3 party. And what is one party? We need to understand. In one party there are 21 people. एक party मतलब 21 लोग. 4 people, 4 of them playing mridang. देखो, 16 playing kartal and 1 lead singer. कितना हो गया? And ऐसे नहीं मृदंग player सिर्फ मृदंग बजाता है, kartal player सिर्फ करता है. No, they also sing. The lead singer will sing, the other 20 will repeat later on. So that's how sankirtan happens. So सबको कुछ ना कुछ करना है. Singer सिर्फ गाएगा, मृदंग 4 people will play and करताल 16 people. So ऐसी पार्टी बनानी मतलब कितने लोगों को ट्रेनिंग लेना पड़ेगा, सोचो. So our संकीर्तन मूवमेंट में मृदंग करताल आना चाहिए, मृदंग करताल गाना, इतना भी आ गया बहुत है. Do this. Everybody should learn mridang, kartal and singing. Singing कोई ट्यून नहीं आता, at least ring Prabhupada tune you can sing, no problem. Prabhupada धुन तो कम से कम आना चाहिए. It's all practice. Practice करेंगे आ जाएगा. Yeah. So if like this many men would join, ऐसा नहीं 21 लोग मतलब 21 लोग ही थे, सिर्फ party में 62 people, no. Many others came and joined. The entire town joined the Sankirtan movement. So according to time, place, circumstances, party का number थोड़ा बदलता था, but these are the main players. Lead singer, 4 mridang, 16 kartals, and apart from that, many more people would join the Sankirtan. Few verses remaining. Very quickly we will. We have 4 balls and how many runs to go? Still 42 we are going to take. Just 7 more verses. आगे संप्रदाय नृत्य करे हरिदास, मध्य नाचे आचार्य गोसाई परम उल्लास. So the front party, who was the dancer? Haridas Thakur. Middle party dancer was Advaita Acharya, and they were dancing with great parama ullas, great jubilation. Now there was no tension. Mahaprabhu's pure devotees had no tension and anxiety. Other thoda devotees who were not the Uttam Bhaktas, they had some tension. पांचे संप्रदाय नृत्य करे गौरव चंद्र, तार संगे नाची बोले प्रभु नित्यानंद. And पीछे के पार्टी में who was there? Gaurachandra. He was dancing himself, and Nityananda was moving with him. 138. Vrindavan dasaiya Chaitanya mangale, Vistari varniya chena Prabhu kripa bale. So by Mahaprabhu's mercy, Vrindavan Das Thakur celebrated this pastime in Chaitanya Mangal. Now it is called as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Ei mat kirtana kare nagar brahmila, भ्रमिते भ्रमिते सबे काजी द्वार गेला. So like this, doing kirtan, they roamed across the entire town, every nook and corner. They did not leave any place, and find सबको इकट्ठा करके finally they went to the door of Kazi. अरे गर्ज करे लोक करे कोलाहल, गौरा चंद्र बले लोक प्रश्रय पागल. Yes. So Gaurachandra Bale, under the protection of Mahaprabhu, जो लोग डर रहे थे, अभी क्या हो रहा है? अभी करे कोला दे रहे हैं. They were shouting. तर्ज गर्ज करे, they were murmuring. अरे, they were angry. मारो इसको, पकड़ो इसको. They became mad practically, all the people, because they are having powerful master. कोई व्यक्ति बहुत ज्यादा बोल्डनेस दिखा रहा है, मतलब उसके ऊपर बड़ा पार्टी है. बड़ा पार्टी जब ऊपर होता है, व्यक्ति एकदम निश्चिंत होकर कुछ भी कर सकता है, अपने ऊपर ही है. तो सिमिलरली डिवोटी शुड बी द मोस्ट फियरलेस. व्हाई? बिकॉज सबसे बड़ा पार्टी का बड़ा पार्टी, द बिगेस्ट पार्टी अपने ऊपर. सो इफ लॉर्ड इज अबव अस, हाउ फियर. दैट इज द मेन रीजन ऑफ डिवोटीज अभय, fearlessness, because he knows I am sheltered under Krishna, who is the supreme authority. इनके ऊपर और कोई नहीं है. Yes. So now here Lord Chaitanya के भक्त कैसे naturally very ecstatic, उसके ऊपर वो और शोर शराबा भी करने लगे. पहले से होते पागल कीर्तन में, और भी पागल हो गए. अरे महाप्रभु अपने साथ है, अभी देख कौन आता है. Verses to go. कीर्तनेरा ध्वनि ते काजी लुकाईला घरे, तर्जन गर्जन सुनी नहाय बाहिरे. So अपने काजी प्रभु लुकाईला घरे, कीर्तन सुना, लुका छुपी, he hid inside his house. तर्जन गर्जन, he was hearing all this तर्जन गर्जन. अरे निकल बाहर, अरे मारेंगे. सुना नहीं आया, मैं नहीं बाहर आ रहा. He didn't come outside. Yes. So Prabhupada also says that today's day and age, the governments, they are degraded. They are supporting sinful activities. People should join all over the world. All devotees should join this Sankirtan movement and protest against this government that supports godless society, fully sinful activities. Srimad Bhagavatam said the government mostly will be run by the fourth class people who have no culture, who have no religion. This is the symptom of Kali Yuga. Yes. And people actually cannot be happy, feel secure, live life freely under such government because thieves and rogues are increasing. Correct? The only remedy is we don't have to do something. Prabhupada says you do Sankirtan. You do Sankirtan, Nagar Sankirtan Nikalo. This will automatically create such a wave of pure devotion that people will reform and good citizens will sit in the position of government seats as a whole. To not do sinful activities. There is a need for good government, Prabhupada says, run by good people who are Krishna conscious, or at least those who respect Krishna consciousness. So unless the masses become Krishna conscious, who will be elected? Masses se to log elect hote. They cannot be good men. So what we should do is seriously and scientifically spread Sankirtan. Which means Sankirtan means preaching also, book distribution also, and doing Harinam also. All these things you start. So the beauty is that Mahaprabhu was chanting when they all went to the house of Mahaprabhu, Kazi. Mahaprabhu started chanting and everybody started chanting the same. Mahaprabhu would produce a sound, they all also would be imitating Mahaprabhu's sound. So, यहाँ पे इतना detailed route, the particular route of how exactly Mahaprabhu went to the house of Chand Kazi, that is also mentioned. So, Mahaprabhu was already in ecstasy. Then when he went to his own kund, the ghat where he takes bath, he roared more. और रोर होने लगे. Then they went to Madhai Ghat, then they went to Barkon Ghat, Nagriya Ghat, Ganga Nagar, Samulia. So the entire point to point description is given. These are all places even today we are all going to go. And Samulia, then he proceeded to Kazi's house and reached the doors of Chand Kazi. So देखिए किस तरीके से बहुत सुंदर route भी लिया हुआ है. There's a route given. So this shows that these all incidents happened. Even Krishna, when he returned from Hastinapur to Dwarka, in what route he returned, that is also mentioned very nicely. So this gives authenticity. Yeah? And today these places are still there. And we also are going to follow the same route and go to Kazi Prabhu and offer obeisances because he's devotee. Okay. Last sloka for today. उद्धत लोक भांगे काजीर घर पुष्पवन विस्तारी वर्णिला इहा दास Vrindavana. So Vrindavan Das Thakur has very, very elaborately explained that how Uddhata Loka, people, the devotees became very agitated. They became agitated and what they do? Bhange Kajila Ghara, they started destroying his property. And Pushpa Upana, the garden with all the flowers, they started taking it off. Aisa karke, so people went mad. Practically. So this is what is the civil disobedience movement of Navadip started by Lord Gauranga. Now will Kazi submit? Will Kazi arrest Mahaprabhu? Will Kazi come back angrily? क्या होगा आगे? We'll find out in next episode, which we'll have next week. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There's a possibility we may have our class on Tuesday and not Monday. Because next week we are traveling very late we'll be reaching late to Pune. कैसे आएंगे पता नहीं. So Tuesday mostly होगा. Because Sundays Vyas Puja of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj in GV, we are all going there. So पता नहीं, but definitely we will have a CC class next week.